Welcome to Style School How To, where we show you guys how to recreate looks worn by some of your favorite stars. And today we're going to show you how to get the glam ombre look. And joining me is celebrity hairstylist and colorist, George Papanikolas. Hey George, how are you?
I'm great, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you for being here. Okay, so let's talk about your model and her gorgeous hair. Ombre is such a big trend right now, like that beachy kind of natural look.
Right. See, I'm actually terrified of that word ombre because when I hear ombre, I think of girls with black hair and then a stripe and then dip-dyed blonde hair in the end.
Not cute.
That's not what we're talking about.
No.
If you want like a modern, cool version, I like to think of it more as like a balayage effect. And what balayage is, it's a hand-painted highlights. And you can see on our model, Trisha, she creates like a really seamless sun-kissed effect. I'm gonna spin her around so you can kind of see the back of her hair.
It really does look like the sun just did that naturally.
So that's really kind of the key to making this look modern. If it's like black and then a stripe and then dipped, that's like 2 years ago.
So it really is kind of like an art, the process.
Yeah, absolutely. The great thing is because you totally control the placement, you can decide, how intense and how vibrant you want the effect to look. And the great thing for her, I'm not gonna have to see her again for 3 months because the next time she has to come in, it's gonna be when she cuts her hair and all these tips get cut off. That's when you refresh it versus typically you look in the mirror and you see these big roots and you're like, oh, I gotta rush back into the salon. That's not the case with this effect.
Yeah, low maintenance, which is good.
Absolutely.
You do balayage for so many celebrities out here in LA. Can you tell us a little bit about who you do and kind of like how you got into this technique?
Yeah, I've worked with stars like, I've worked with all the Kardashian girls, I've worked with Miranda Kerr, Maria Menounos, so there's like tons and tons of girls in Hollywood that I've worked with.
So George, can you tell me how girls can get that sort of blonde, sun-kissed look without changing their natural hair base too much if they're brunette, without making it too drastic?
Right, I think the key to keeping the looks like low maintenance, and like if you're a brunette, too often people start highlighting, they get more highlights, before they know it, they're a blonde.
Yeah.
So the key is you just need a few highlights that give you a lot of impact. That's my secret to a really good brunette. So with our model Trisha here, I really kind of focused the highlights on this outer layer of her hair where the sun would hit. If you look inside, there's not a lot of highlights under here. There's actually almost none.
Yep.
It's really all on this outer layer that I hand paint them. And when you do that, you're really kind of just creating this effect of what the sun would really do.
George, you do Miranda Kerr's hair, and she has that amazing, beachy, summer Victoria's Secret sexy hair. Can you show us how to get that look?
Sure. This is definitely the best complement to this kind of color because that's when you really see the variation. And again, the key to this is everything should be kind of soft and seamless. It shouldn't be any corkscrews or any weird kind of crispy curls. So what I like to do, it's kind of my little secret of getting these perfect waves, is when you wrap it around the iron, you want to twist the hair, and what that twist is going to do is going to give you that wave effect. And then you actually don't even need to curl the end all the way down, but you create that exaggerated kind of wave. What
are some good products to use while you're doing this kind of style to really keep it?
There's two kinds of things that's going on with this kind of hair. Number one, we've lightened her ends, and those are the most fragile part of the hair.
Right.
So you're gonna want to repair the hair. So I always love to use Joico's Revitalux. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna repair the hair and it's gonna soften it at the same time because you're dealing with the most fragile part of the hair. And then you're using 420 degrees of heat. So you're causing quite a bit of damage. So you're gonna also want to replenish it with lots of moisture. So using something like Joico's Moisture Recovery, that's going to be key to adding that back into the hair. I
saw a picture recently of Khloe Kardashian and her hair you do as well, and it looked so good. Can you tell us a little bit about what Khloe likes and how it is doing her hair?
It's actually it's been really fun taking it lighter because it's an interesting conversation because almost she wants to go so much lighter and I want to just keep it really cool and right for the skin tone because I feel again, so many people try to go so extreme that it's not really flattering anymore.
How does skin tone factor in?
Personally, I find neutral kind of works for everybody. If you go too warm, you know, unless you're like a redhead and you're really fair skin, then you can go for like the super vibrant coppers. But if you're olive skin and you go like too warm, then they can look brassy.
Yeah.
But then if you get too ashy, then it just looks green and sallow. So kind of going just like neutral, which is kind of in between, is usually the key. Two things that I love to use like after you've curled the hair. First is using a dry shampoo. I love Joico's Instant Refresh. And what it does, most people think of dry shampoo as like just to absorb the oil, but it actually can give the hair a lot more body and texture as well, because it almost makes it like expand. You know, by focusing the dry shampoo like kind of at the roots, but also to the mids and the ends. And then I love using Joico's Power Spray. It's like the strongest hairspray on the market. And this is gonna totally just keep the curls in place and really hold them. All right, have a seat. There you have it. Like there's some Victoria's Secret hair for you.
That is Victoria's Secret hair. Thank you so much, George. She looks absolutely amazing. You guys check out all of these products at joico.com. And if you're in LA, go see George at Andy LeCompte. He will make you look absolutely amazing. And for the biggest stories breaking right now, stay clicked on CELEBUZZ.com.